Many thanks for staying with us. Welcome back to Politics Today. President Muhammad Buhari has not been seen in public for a while now. In fact, today made it the third time since he could not attend the Federal Executive Council meeting. We've since been joined on the program by another legal practitioner, Ebun Adegboruwa. Thank you for joining in, Mr. Adegboruwa. Mr. Adegboruwa, you are one of the people that has pitched camp with those who want the president's seat to be declared vacant. Why do you take that position?
The office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is an executive office. That office requires somebody who is mentally capable, physically fit, and daily discharging the duties and responsibilities of that office actively, directly, and personally. We cannot play God. Anybody can fall ill. And it's the prayer of all Nigerians that the president should recover from whatever challenges or ailment that he may be suffering from. But from the events that have happened for the past 3 or so months, it is clear that the state of the president as he is currently makes him incapable of performing the duties of the office of the president.
Mr.
Adegboruwa,
let me ask you, does not being seen in public translate to not performing his official duties to you?
It has nothing to do with not being seen in public. The presidential responsibilities cannot be outsourced. It cannot be taken over by proxy or some cabal who are not directly voted into office, but have snatched power through the physical incapacity of the president. It has nothing to do with physical appearance. You and I know, and it was confirmed today by the Honorable Minister of Information, that the doctors asked the president to take a rest and be working from home. And when he was probed further, he said that it will not be wise for the president to go against the doctor's advice since he's not fit to work. We don't need any further inquiry. The Minister of Information has declared today that the president is not fit to work by reason of his health. That is sufficient confession from anybody who is close to the president to know that he's not fit to work. For 49 days, the president was away from this country, and he wrote to the National Assembly that he was going for a medical vacation. And since he has come back, he had not told Nigerians the effect of that vacation or how he has recovered from that ailment.
Okay.
And so when you marry all these facts together, and the fact that the state of affairs in the country now is clearly depicting confusion, cluelessness, the economy is in shambles, even in rainy season there is blackout. So you see that it's a concomitant of the physical incapacity of the president that has thrown the nation into total confusion. And we cannot afford, as a country of over 180 million people, to be held to ransom by just one person. That's why once it's impossible for the person who occupies the office of president to perform, he has to relinquish that office for somebody else to occupy it. That's why we're asking...
Mr. Adegboruwa, just a moment, Mr. Adegboruwa. Mr. Bwala, you've heard the position Mr. Adegboruwa has taken. He's also a legal practitioner. What do you make of his thoughts?
Right. Thank you. You know, one thing is to have a personal opinion. Another thing is to look at the law. The constitutional provision for the removal of the president on the account of ill health is Section 144. There must be a resolution by the Executive Council, 2/3 majority, that the president is incapable of performing his duty. When they do that, they send a letter to the National Assembly. The Senate President will constitute a medical panel, one of which must be the personal physician of the president. They must look, and the medical doctors must be in relation to the investigation in question. And then they must form an expert opinion that, in their opinion, the president has permanent incapacity. It is then and only then that can be published, and then the president stands removed. Anything other than that can be classified as mere opinion of an individual or a group of people. And the Constitution guarantees the right of expression, but not every expression is supported by law. And this is a moral issue, asking the president to step down. But if it is, you're talking of constitutionally, the constitutional means of removing the president on the account of ill health is what I have just said earlier. And the other thing that is very important for us to note, nowhere in the Constitution is the word incapacity sufficient to render the president, vice president, governor, or deputy governor as incapable of performing their function.
Okay, Mr. Boala, let me ask you. Mr. Boala, Mr. Dogberu pointed something out. For 49 days, the president has not attended to his duties. The vice president has been carrying out his duties. Would you describe that as a fit bill of health for the president?
Well, if you look at the combined reading of Section 5, Section 144, 146, and 48, the community reading of this section, the function of the office of the president connotes the president acting in person, the president acting through the vice president, and the president acting through the ministers and the agency of government. You adjudge that the president is incapable of performing the function. Like, let me give you a graphic illustration. In the days of Yaradua traveled without transmitting power to Goodluck Jonathan. And in his absence, because of constitutional inhibition, there were things that Goodluck could not do. So the system was broken down. Okay. In this case, when he traveled for 49 days, he transmitted power to the vice. And to be honest, throughout this period, Nigerians were extremely excited at the performance of the vice president. In other words, the government was not suffering because of the absence of the president.
Just hold that thought, Mr. Boala, just a moment. Mr. Degberuwa, I'd like you to respond to that same question.
We have traveled this road in the past, and we all know where it led our country, Nigeria. And we don't want to travel that road again. And the reason why we say this is not just because of the health of the president, but because of the love for our nation, Nigeria. I believe everybody in this country is aware, even when the president was physically fit and okay, his programs were not taking us anywhere. Since the period when he was sworn into office, in May 2015 till now, there's no single positive developmental program that the president has implemented. Everything is at a backward stretch. Education, aviation, electricity, violence, body politics, electoral reforms, everything is at a standstill. How much less when the person is not even fit now to perform? So I don't believe that we should travel that road again.
Okay, let me ask Mr. Degberuwa.
7 and 148 of the Constitution stipulates that the president must preside over the Federal Executive Council. It is that council that formulates policies for Nigeria. And it's not fit to preside over that council.
Okay,
not only that is not fit,
Mr. Degberuwa, just a moment. Another thing quickly. Mr. Degberuwa, just a moment. Another thing quickly. Mr. Boala believes that the president's health is a private issue, and he has a right to his privacy like every other person. But you, in a statement, said a medical panel should be constituted to examine his health status to determine if he's fit to function. Could you clarify your position on this exactly and why?
I do not believe that anybody occupying the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has anything private in relation to the discharge of the functions of his office. If he's not fit by reason of mental incapacity or physical incapacity, there's nothing private about that. Look, Amawe, the problem we are facing in Nigeria currently demands an immediate solution. And that solution is staring us in the face for the National Assembly to rise up to the responsibility to take action.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Where we have gotten to this in this country, patriotism should dictate that we should focus on how to move our country forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Degberuwa, for joining us on the program, and Mr. Daniel Boala, both legal practitioners, for joining us on the program. Well, that's our program tonight. Thank you very much. The conversation continues. We'll bring you up to speed as events unfold, and you can also follow us on our social media handles. I'm Imana Amawe. Bye-bye.